7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And whoa, what the heck did you do? What are you doing, man? Oh my God. If you guys, I hope you can watch this. You're seeing what I see because it's just crazy. But all right, Tipsy Toaster.
That scary or what?
What? Yeah, it's not Halloween yet. Welcome to season 6 of IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. It's our award-winning pop culture, sci-fi, news and entertainment channel. I'm New York Pete, and your co-host, Chris the Tipsy Toaster,
Howdy.
is
I can't see anything right now, but there we go. That's much better.
Oh, well, thanks for joining us, guys. We're broadcasting live as we do every Thursday. We bring our unique twist from growing up watching and reading 70s, 80s, and 90s TV movies, cartoons and comic books and, those novel tie-ins to our favorite shows and of course, visiting conventions. And we happen to be very big Battlestar Galactica fans. And we bring that all together here on IFB. Welcome, everybody. I see a lot of our regular...
A lot of our regulars are out there, yeah.
Yeah. What do you call them? The
family.
The family.
Family.
The family. The family's here.
The family is here.
Yes, everybody's here. So.
For our, it's not a broadcast, it's a...
What is it?
We called it earlier today. Fancast.
What?
A fancast?
Fancast. I like that. It's a fancast.
Another broadcast or fan casting?
A fan casting. We are fan
casting. Not casting,
so,
not like throwing fans or anything like that.
No. We're not casting them, but we are, yeah. But anyway, so thanks for joining us. There's a lot of you on. I'm really, really happy to have everybody and see everybody on from all over the globe.
Go ahead and put your head.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Ready?
Here we go.
Whoa, I see, right? Just like a romper room. We grew up with a show called Romper Room in the 70s. And yeah, that's Tiny Bean singing the theme. So
I don't have it on there. She actually knows the theme? I got to turn her on. Hang on. Hang on, Tiny Bean. Hang on.
Oh, go get it. Go
there you
get
go.
it, man.
Go ahead now. What's the theme?
The theme from Romper Room, man.
Come on, Tiny Bean.
I was singing the story box, the story box. You
have to find that now.
Thanks.
They never said my name, guys. It was very disgusting.
So don't worry, we're taking care of you. We're taking care of you now.
Yeah, we're gonna say your name. I see Tiny Bean Tara. Thank you for joining us. At the end of towards the end of the show, was it? And there was a segment where she would put on the magic mirror and she could pretend to see everybody. And I know you're watching, and people would send in your names and stuff, and that was nuts. I don't know if that was only in New York, but anyway.
No. I'm familiar.
You got to see it too.
Wyoming,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, look, Rick is with us. Lola, of course. Sire Patton is with us.
Derek Johnson.
Eric O'Reilly and Ken, and let's see who else. James McCoy, of course, John One, and I know George G is in the house as well. Dave,
Shane.
Thank you for joining us.
Shane
Shane is here with us. Yeah, wow.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Shane, thank you. Yeah, from the UK, and of course, unofficial fact checker Rob Baum and Karen. Thank you for joining us, Karen. Appreciate it. Let me see, make sure I see it. Derek Johnson. Way to go, my man, Derek, taking care of business, real estate agent superstar. If anybody needs a hand with that, look up Derek. Let's see, who else? Am I missing anybody? That's all I see on here, and I'm going to go over to you.
Mr. Marino? RD?
Karen? Yes, Rick.
I'm going to mess up your name. Mercarella?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Dave is here. I said, Dave. Okay, cool. I know that Mediocre Modeler is somewhere in there. I know that Sean is on here somewhere, Battlestar Bulletin Board. So thank you guys for joining us live. I'm going to try to juggle both. Derek is on here as well, right? Thank you. I'm going to juggle YouTube and IFB Facebook. I'm going to try the best I can. Bert Oliver. By the way, Tipsy, Bert Oliver is having trouble with the link that I sent him for the show tonight. He's doing his segment. So if you're able to,
all right, I'll send him another link.
Yeah, because I did it and it didn't work.
I'll send a link when Tara's talking. It'd be easier that way.
Okay, perfect. That's excellent. Lola, you're hungry for IFB, I guess, or for more Battlestar. Hungry for Battlestar.
I've got. What is it? I have a need.
I have a need.
And the need
for Battlestar.
The need.
Guess what's
for
in
IFB.
here? That's right. Look, a hint. Let's see if you can tell from the tape, from the purple tape that's on there. Oh, I think on this side.
You got a small one.
Oh, you got that size?
Hold on, baby. Hold
You got a
on.
small one. Look at the size of your box.
Unbox this.
Dang,
We're gonna unbox
guys.
Small box. They must have given me
We're
something bigger.
unboxing, and then so we got Tiny Bean, we got Bert's Battle Briefing, we have Phil from Topps is coming back to do his quarterly review. He was at New York Comic Con at a booth. He's got pictures for us. And then of course Doc McAuley will be on, and then we'll do the unboxing. We'll talk about a bunch of things. When Tiny Bean's over, I'm going to discuss a show, because it's that time of the year, the season. We'll talk a little bit about the show, because Tiny Bean, I am going to go to Chiller Theater Expo, and I'm going to meet up with someone related to the show. We'll talk a little bit about that after you're done, and then and I'm going to meet Professor Patton at the show at the Chiller Theater Expo. Thank you, Professor. And then, I'm going to go get a couple of autographs. Phil Morris, who is in the child actor from the original Star Trek, and plays. He was in Mission Impossible. He's in The Next Generation. He did a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to go meet him too as well, and possibly Huey Lewis. Maybe Huey Lewis.
It's hip to be square.
That's right. So he's gonna be there. So I might just, but we'll see. Anyway, so Tiny Bean, you're on, man. It's all you.
Hang on.
But wait.
Don't we have to do our toast first?
We didn't do a
Knucklehead?
toast, bro.
Say again.
So we gotta do our first toast first, Knucklehead.
Gotta do.
Exactly.
Teetotaler.
Yes. All right.
That's why it's Tipsy Toaster, not Teetotaler Toaster. It just doesn't.
Okay,
sound right.
it's close. That's right.
It doesn't
yeah.
sound right at all. No. So, what do you got tonight? Tea?
I have tea. Tea with a capital T. Tea.
Love it.
Tea.
Tiny Bean? What
Drink
you got?
it like this. Drink it like that.
Good old Pinot Grigio.
There you go. So tonight I'm celebrating my favorite Battlestar Galactica episode, which is Gun on Ice Planet Zero.
Nice.
This is the liquid
Choice.
that actually fuels and cools the Ravishall pulsar cannon.
Awesome.
This is the liquid that does that. I even threw in a piece from Death Point Plateau. It's like a little piece there. Keeps it really cold. You can only put in one piece, because you put it too big of a piece, then the whole room it's frozen. People die. It's not a good thing. Although it'd just be humans dying anyway. So.
Yeah.
So that is my own concoction. It is I will call it Death Point Plateau. There we go.
There you go. All right.
It is technically a Long Island iced tea, blue-eyed.
Okay, so it just means that you're going to be toasty by the end of the show.
No, I'll be frozen.
Oh,
All right. Well, so we always toast to the fans. We have our own little motto here. So Tipsy, why don't you?
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. We're here every Thursday. Thursday. Been that way for 5 years, going on 6 now. But we are an award-winning podcast, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, pop culture, sci-fi, behind the scenes. We love talking to people behind the scenes. It's just amazing to hear some of the stories and how people come up with stories themselves. We love talking to writers and all of those people, and we get those people to come on and we have them talk to you. We're not in it for the money, we're in it for the fun, because the fans fuel the fleet.
Fuel the fleet. Here's to you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so now that we got that done, whoa.
Woohoo!
Whoa, how many little Cylon metal pieces did you get caught in your throat? Weirdo. All right. So
that is dangerous. I better not finish that before the end of the night.
Get this. Ken says it's a snow ram slushy.
No, I can actually make it a slushy. I put enough ice in it and then put it in the blender. That's not a bad idea, though. That'll be next week. But it's not like I really love that. Not like I really love that one, because look, I just did a article for a book we're putting together. But I was just so caught up into making sure I got the article right. I have 3 different versions of. Oops.
They're not three
different versions.
They're the same.
They're the same book, but no, they are different. This one is Totem. Whoops.
Oh.
Right. This one's Canadian. This one is Berkeley.
Oh, wow.
And this was a different printing for Berkeley.
Now, I know you.
They all say the same thing, by the way, so don't go out there and search it, hunt it down.
Yeah, don't get them.
I did all the research to make sure they said the exact same words. They did.
And they do.
But
Excellent.
But look up. Did research on some articles in regards to Cylons and the actual writing of this, and how this thing. We actually did a show.
Yeah, we did it.
Multiple shows. We walked through this thing chapter by chapter.
Yep, we sure did.
It's amazing. Yeah, we have to go back and do that again, but go back and check those out. That is definitely. So we're actually celebrating because it was a 20. I don't know. 30. What is it? 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Oh boy.
30.
Oh boy.
Math is hard, guys.
47 years. 47th anniversary of the airing of, not the Silent Death Machine, which would have been an awesome title for it, but Gun and Ice Planet Zero. But telling you, Silent Death Machine, somebody needs to write a rock and roll band, and that is the best rock and roll band.
John 1 wants to know which one of those copies has Vulpa winning.
No.
Actually, it's chapter 30. It's chapter 30. You got to read it. You got to read it. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different.
That's the truth. All right, so I wanna get to.
I'm just gonna say Tiny Bean before we start tonight. Tracker. That's what I've been watching.
Ooh.
The new season of Tracker just came out.
Yes, true that. Excellent. Excellent choice.
So Tiny Bean, take it away.
What? We're already? Fantastic. Yeah. Wow. Hello, IFB. So happy to be here as always, of course. Welcome to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss new, old, and otherwise interesting things for the fleet's potential viewing pleasure. It's still my favorite month, spooky October, and I'll have a good recommendation to share later. But first up, as always, let's begin with preview news. So there is all kinds of magical stuff brewing in some of the biggest fantasy franchises of our time. Let's start with the wizarding world of Harry Potter. The original Harry Potter film is almost 25 years old.
What?
Just let that sink in for a minute. Okay, starring such luminary acting heavyweights as Maggie Smith, Richard Harris, Robbie Coltrane, Fiona Shaw, Alan Rickman, Warwick Davis, and introducing us to a host of talented youngsters like Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, and Harry Melling. The film series went on to include multiple sequels to make all the books and the incredible cast expanded, to include countless of incredible other actors. It definitely defined an entire generation. Well, get ready, because filming has just begun on a reboot series adaptation from HBO Max. This is a highly ambitious project set to span 10 years of programming and doing a deeper dive into characters and events from the books that didn't make it into the films. Casting sounds pretty awesome too, guys. With John Lithgow as Dumbledore, Janet McTeer as Professor McGonagall, Nick Frost as Hagrid, and a trio of adorable youngsters to play our heroes. Details remain tight-lipped, but early set photos look fabulous. Expect the first episodes to drop around Christmas of 2026, if we are lucky. And the kids and the grandkids will all start dreaming of Hogwarts again. Next up, in the world of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, we could make films and series for the next 50 years and probably still not touch on all of the genius stories in that epic world. The gateway world for many of us into the realm of all things fantasy. The original Peter Jackson's meticulous Lord of the Rings series premiered almost 25 years ago. It's just simply mind-blowing. There's always talk about expanding that world cinematically. We already have the Rings of Power prequel series, and it looks like we will be getting a new film. An interquel, if you will. Not a prequel or a sequel, but something rather in the middle. The Hunt for Gollum will be directed by and starring the great Andy Serkis, and will have the same creative team behind it as the Peter Jackson films, and rumor has it, will be bringing back both Ian McKellen as Gandalf and Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn. There's even rumor of Elijah Wood returning as Frodo. Set to start filming soon, they are also planning to use the same locations in New Zealand for the backdrop. Stay tuned, much more to come. This one we won't see until Christmas of 2027. Right around the corner, however, get ready for the sure-to-be epic season finale of Stranger Things. Hard to believe this one started way back in 2016.
Whoa.
We've seen these kids grow up before our eyes. And hey, I am a fan of anything that could bring back 80s screen queen Winona Ryder and immerse us all in things nostalgically 80s style. This finale season promises to wrap up all loose ends for Eleven and her friends, and there are a lot of them. I have faith in the creators. The Duffer Brothers, always a fan of their impeccable touches and homages throughout. Can't wait to see how they tie this all up. The final season will premiere on Netflix on November 26th, with the epic two-part finale episodes being floated as possibly hitting the big screen. I'll keep you posted. Last up in previews, no secret here in the corner that as a fan of all things 70s and 80s, naturally we are huge fans of one of their most beloved hero characters, Rocky Balboa. I have always been fascinated by the backstory behind these films, how a young Sylvester Stallone wrote the screenplay and intended to have the film made, but only with him playing Rocky. Many studios balked at the idea, but somehow it happened, and it changed his cinema history. Well, it looks like we are finally going to be able to see the story of how it all happened. Filming has begun on a film called I Play Rocky, and that's what it's about. Starring Anthony Ippolito as Stallone, and yeah, the resemblance is uncanny. Kiki Steele as Talia Shire, Robert Morgan as Burgess Meredith, and Stephen James as the great Carl Weathers. This one will be brought to us by Amazon MGM Studios. No release date yet, but you can bet I will be watching this one closely. So keep punching, guys. Now, in my spooky month tradition, I like to recommend some stuff for you to add to your spooky viewing list, to add to your seasonal enjoyment. I'll always put in a reminder plug for you to watch The Changeling with George C. Scott, possibly my favorite ghost story ever. But most of my picks go way back. Think black and white spookies you grew up with. I was prepared to talk tonight about two of these. 1944's The Uninvited, and the 1940 Hitchcock classic Rebecca. But, to my dismay, neither of these films are available to stream at all. Like, not even to rent either. I also looked up The Innocents, a fantastic adaptation of Henry James' The Turn of the Screw, and Abbott and Costello's Hold That Ghost. Same results. Super disappointing. But I wanted to use this as a PSA for fans and the fleet. If there is an old movie you absolutely love, do not assume it will always be available for you to watch online. These classics and even more recent films are disappearing before our eyes. While you still can, get your hands on DVD copies that you can own forever and a good DVD player, as they all seem to be going away too. You can thank me later. Okay, PSA over. So instead, I would like to recommend to you a more recent, and by recent I mean 24 years old, horror thriller that will definitely stand up the hairs on the back of your neck and has a phenomenal twist. I'm talking about 1999's film Frailty. This film was a passion project of one of my favorite actors, the late great Bill Paxton, who directed and stars. Filmed on a shoestring budget, he convinced his friends Powers Booth and Matthew McConaughey to join the cast, rumored for scale pay. And they went on to put together one of the most terrifying and nuanced films I've ever seen. Set in present day, where the FBI is hunting for the Hand of God killer, someone recreating crimes from years earlier. The story unfolds with flashbacks to 1979, where Fenton and Adam are young boys living with their single father in rural Texas. One night, their father explains to them that he's been visited by an angel and that their family has been tasked by God with destroying demons disguised as humans on Earth, a mission which they must keep secret and they must help him do. And he's serious. And then the killings begin. Is he crazy? Could he maybe be right? You'll have to watch and find out. I promise it's worth it. It will stay with you long after. And you will never think of a rose garden the same way again. Because everything is fine. And God's will be done. Happy Halloween, Fleet. Back to you, Pete.
Wow. Awesome. I got to tell you, Professor Patton put up we caught this real quick in The Uninvited. That stars Sire Yuri.
Mm. Oh, hey,
Yes.
yeah.
How about that?
It's so, I mean, it's just such a great, and the funny thing is it makes everybody's top lists when you see people post, oh, best scary ghost movies of all time. 1944's The Uninvited, Land always is up there. And the fact that you can't just go, oh, let me Google it and start and search and download it and watch. You can't do it anymore. You can't even rent it. It's just so upsetting. Yeah, so please, guys, do yourselves a favor. Go out and buy those DVDs of the old stuff that you love before they disappear forever.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of things that disappear and things that are typically not available amongst, right, is this great show that you and I both are fans of.
Mhm.
And I picked up this book called Curious Goods Behind the Scenes of Friday the 13th, the series. And it has no real they never connected the series with the movies, although there is a
Right.
link with between the creators.
Mhm.
And this is the forerunner to Warehouse 13,
Yeah.
right? So this is like a cursed antique shop, so to speak, that has cursed objects, and then the owner dies, and then it's left to what is it, a niece and a
The
nephew.
niece and nephew. Yep, yep.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
they go around, trying to get these things back from the general public because they're just, there's mayhem all over. So Friday the 13th, in my mind, Tiny Bean was always referred to, um, how we consider Friday the 13th a bad luck day. And that was kind of like how I always just, like kind of explained it, like it was like, oh, it's Friday the 13th, not the Jason stuff, but the
Right.
fact that Friday's a bad day, and I know you're a big fan, and
It's not a bad day. I was born on a Friday the 13th.
well, if you're a Knights Templar, you're in big trouble. But since you aren't,
True
yeah, it's
that.
good,
Yeah.
yeah. But since it's that time of the year, Friday the 13th, the series is not available on streaming. You have to
Right.
buy it, and
Yeah.
it's been released. The 3 seasons have been released on DVD, so they're out. You can get them on Amazon because I did that. And the reason I did it is that uh, John LeMay, who plays Ryan, one of the leads, he's going to be at Chiller Theater Expo, and I'm going to go get his autograph. I'm going to go meet him. I mean, I was always a big fan of the show, and like you were saying that you would do things to like to watch.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that. Was my favorite show. I would set up the VHS
The
machine and
VHS.
record them all, and I would watch them. I probably still have the tape somewhere. My absolute favorite. I am a huge fan of John Delamay. I follow him on socials. He is awesome, and he is all about the fans. He's very receptive, and he comments and he answers questions, and yeah, great guy, great series. If you never saw it, please trust me and Pete, go out and get yourself a DVD copy. You will absolutely enjoy it.
And our unofficial fact checker, Rob Baum, says it's rerun on Comet TV on Sundays.
Oh,
Was
stop
not aware of
it.
that. See, there you
Oh,
go.
thank
I
you,
had
Rob.
no idea. I it
Ah,
was it was a I got the set. It was on sale just recently, so I could prep a little bit. I wanted to go back and visit, and I watched a couple episodes, and it's a lot of fun, just a
yes.
lot of fun. And so between the two of us, maybe Tiny Bean, we might be able to maybe approach um John LeMay and see if maybe he'll come on. I don't know, but I'll talk to him.
Ah, amazing. That would be an absolute dream come true for me. So
It
yeah.
Now, unfortunately, he didn't finish out the 3 seasons,
Right.
right? He
Right.
he
Right.
left at the end of the second, or was it the
The
first
second,
episode of the third?
I think they gave him like a 2 episode
Yeah,
finale to
yeah.
get his character out. He talks about it. He talked about, I believe it was a podcast I listened to recently where he talked
Ooh,
about it.
oh wow.
And yeah, and he said, he's like, I was kind of young, and he's like, I really wanted to do some serious theatery actor stuff, and I was like, what am I doing with this? And he walked away. But he is also a big fan of the series and the stuff, so he's definitely somebody that I think he believes that fans feel the fleet. I think he's one of us.
I would love to have him on the show. He's got so many insights. Believe it or not, this book was written by the one-time president of the fan club, and she reached out to him, and he provides many of the pictures from his own personal collection for
Oh,
this
great.
book. And they're scattered. The pictures are scattered throughout. I mean, it covers each episode in a way that only a fan can do. So it's really cool. I've been skimming through it and looking for those favorite episodes that I have, and just reading a little bit about it, and she did interviews, and it's really well done. If you're a fan of the series, I recommend this book. And I mean, I don't think we never talked about liking the show. So before we went on air, we said we were like, wow, we got excited
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It really is start to finish. And the production values for its day
Oh
are
yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, I watched an episode just recently, and it reminded me a little bit of almost like a twisted music video,
Yeah.
because it's some of it
Mhm,
is a little dated, but it was cool though. Don't get me wrong.
mhm.
It was really cool. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. So I'm glad we're gonna maybe they make a good college try to see if we can get him on. I will talk to him. Tipsy, it's
Never
it's
watched it.
it's a decent show. It
Never.
Love
really
it.
is.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is. It's worth it.
Really,
Is
really
it
good.
sci-fi?
Oh boy.
No.
No.
Then it's not a good show.
Oh boy. All right.
Is it
all right.
fantasy? Then
It's fantasy
then
horror,
it is
yeah.
really a bad show.
Ah,
No.
oh boy. All right. Well,
There's only one real show, and that's science fiction.
fiction. Yes, that's right. But we, look, it broadens. Once upon a time it was sci-fi fantasy. You go into the bookstore and it was sci-fi
It's
fantasy.
sci-fi fantasy.
that.
Exactly. Yep. Once upon a time, it was all lumped together. So,
Yeah, I know. You walked
Oh,
in there. It's
boy.
like, let's go to Barnes and Noble. I'm gonna go find a book, and you'd go in there and like, sci-fi fantasy. I'm like, I want sci-fi. And you're going through the sci-fi fantasy. It's like Tolkien and
Yes, that's right.
everything else. I'm like, I don't want this. I want sci-fi.
No, it's true. It's the way it was, man. I mean, look, it's things have expanded and broadened. Tiny Bean, thank you so much for coming on. We have a lot of fun. The fans, they love seeing you. They love your
guys.
little segment that you put together. Thank you very much. Everything you spend time on it, and it shows. We appreciate all of that. And good luck. Break a leg. You have that production coming up. So if anybody's out there in the neighborhood, it's on IFB. You can see Tiny Bean live on stage.
Yes, please do, guys. You're up in the Adirondacks. Hit me up.
Oh, that'd be awesome. So we look forward to the next one. All the best, and we'll see you again soon. Here's to you, Tiny Bean.
Thank you. Fans fuel the fleet, guys. I'll see you soon.
Fans for the fleet.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Oh yeah. Oh my God, so cool. So yeah, we're gonna try Tiny Bean and
I
everybody.
can't
We're
drink
gonna,
and switch at the same time. It's hard.
I am going to.
There we go.
Yes, there you go. I'm gonna try to see if he'd be open to coming. I know that he's done other, like Tiny Bean told us, he's done other podcasts, and so I'll go see
I will
him.
have
and
to
then
let y'all take over, and I'll push the buttons in the background because
Well, you know
I
what?
don't have a reference whatsoever for this.
Well, it would be really cool if we can get him to have Tiny Bean be the lead on that and have
That'd
her
be fun.
interview
Yeah.
him and stuff. It would be a lot of fun.
It's great to have a fan talk to somebody who created something. I mean, you and I do it all the time. We talk.
Yeah.
We talk to like Eric Larson, and we talk to. Let's see, who else are we talking to?
We've spoke Lorette and like a
Lorette
slew of
and-
everybody
And
that
of
we
course,
have. I mean,
Jack
comes
and,
on.
Jack
yeah.
was supposed to be on tonight, but he's got the family emergency, so
Yeah, so
we will
unfortunately-
see him. Yeah, we'll
yeah.
see him in the near future. We're
We
setting
will.
a date up for him, but hopefully everything goes well, Jack. Our thoughts and prayers
Yes,
are
Jack,
with you.
yep. So hopefully everything will work out. Meantime, Bert Oliver Bulmer, award-winning sci-fi author,
Dun, dun, dun.
He's going to do our briefing, our Bert's Battle briefing, and I, of course, got a chance to see it, in advance. Really cool. Looking forward to it. And then after that,
But there's only one real ultimate weapon, and that's the CYLON. So we're done. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's going to
Actually, the ultimate weapon was Mount Hecla, but.
Well, he's
Ravish
gonna
Shaw
teach you
pulsar
something,
cannon.
but
I'm sorry,
you'll see.
Ravish Shaw communications device.
That's right. It was stolen. All right, hijacked. But
It was hijacked.
Yes, hijacked. We're gonna have our special guest is Phil from Topps. Phil comes in every, he's volunteered his time. He's a senior designer for Topps trading cards, and so he'll come on, coming off of the New York Comic-Con circuit, and he'll come on and give us a preview of what's coming out from Topps.
Of the new
and
Battlestar
sports
Galactica trading cards, yes.
That would be really cool. I wish, but yeah,
We can dream, right? We can dream.
We'll see. Was it Factory Entertainment is going to have some stuff coming out, and
Dude, Factory Entertainment, I've bugged him a number of times now. I can't remember his name. I have him on email.
He's gonna
I've
come.
bugged him a number of times because he's supposed
Right.
to have some Miami Vice stuff coming out, and I want to know what he's got.
Okay, so we're gonna and
Angrily.
he's gonna have a whole bunch of things coming out. So we're gonna have him come back, and But in the meantime, Phil's going to be coming on. Bert Oliver Bomer's in the green room, and then of course Doc McAuley will be up, and he'll be telling us all about some of the great stuff that's going on in his corner of the universe, as well as updates from our productions and the film festivals and things like that. And then we're going to do the unboxing.
Yes.
We have
Your
we have
small
our
box
CYLON,
compared to my large box.
CYLON Raiders from Hallmark are coming in. But so without further ado, let's get Bert on. Hey, Bert, what's up?
Oh, hang on. I gotta fix
How are
that.
you?
Yes, excellent, man. How's it
We are.
going?
We are out.
I wrestled with the links coming online. I finally managed, so thanks for having me. And I just heard there will be new trading cards. That's really exciting.
Oh,
That's what
Come on.
we need to sit there and start the rumor.
yeah, start the rumor.
Hey,
Let
so
heard
can
it
you tell us?
here.
We get him on. We'll ask. Hey, can you tell us about those new Battlestar Galactica trading cards?
yeah,
Like season 5,
season
4,
5,
3,
that's right.
2.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about
Start
those?
talking them into existence. How about
Yes.
that?
That's right. We'll talk
You know
about
that
this
happens a
distance.
lot. Why not? You know,
It can.
It can happen. That that happens quite a bit. You start thinking, you start the rumor, and somebody's like, "Well, we got to do that."
Oh yes, look, Rob thought that you were, on the up and up, but
Sorry, Rob.
no,
I was
sorry.
I was throwing it. Oh, that would be so awesome.
Wishful thinking. It would be
But-
so
but-
cool. Imagine.
If you were lucky enough, you got the trading cards from the Stranded Warrior. So
Yes, Stranded Warrior, and we did toy with the idea of like adding like one or two more, but I don't know.
we did toy about it. It's a little bit of an expense, but
Yeah,
Still
it
pretty cool.
is, but that would be really cool if we but anyway, you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. This is what we can consider, Tipsy,
Uh-oh.
is
Pete's gonna pull something out.
if we after we release it, right? Which we're anticipating sometime possibly
March?
in May.
May, yeah, May.
Right, May.
Which is
in May.
convenient because that's when we shot it. Was in May.
That's right. So it'll be in May. It'll be up publicly. The festival run will be complete, and so we'll hopefully have our
And then maybe we'll
hour-
do we'll do the show and we'll actually narrate over top of it like a
Oh, we could
producer's
do that.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
So maybe after that,
a
if you
director's cut,
guys, are interested, we could do maybe a second run and then add a
The
few extra
making of.
cards and put them out there. It would be a lot of fun to just close out, like bring it all back full circle. Bert, I don't know if you got to see our cards. We made promotional cards for the Stranded Warrior. We had a lot of fun with those. We went to what was it, Dragon Con, we went to Awesome Con, a bunch of all the cons that we went to, and we had these our own trading cards made for the Stranded Warrior.
Super.
Yeah, really
Love
cool
that.
stuff. And so we've basically all but run out. We only have a few couple extras here and there, but maybe we could do add a couple more. I don't know, maybe another run. I don't know, something like that. Depends on you guys. You guys will let us know what you want after we release it, and so we'll leave that there. Meantime, Bert's Battle Briefing. Bert, how are you? Hope
But
all
Bert,
is
I
good.
don't see Mount Hecla listed here. We're gonna have to
Yeah,
change that.
it might be
I'll be
another
a second.
terrible disappointment. Who knows, Tipsy?
Where's the Ravishall
come
pulsar
on.
cannon? I don't see it listed here.
I like New York Pete's question about, do you guys want any more Galactica collectibles by any chance? Let us know. Like, the answer's going to be, oh, no, we're good, man. We
no.
got
Yeah,
enough.
right. Hey, listen, man. I found that poster, right? You saw, Bert. I found the poster for it was the advertising for the soundtrack, right? So I never knew that there was. I'd never seen that anywhere in the store. I have my original copy of the Battlestar soundtrack. The LP. I didn't know that they made a poster.
You have something to
for
play it on?
I still do. Yes.
Wow.
I sure
okay.
do. Yeah. But I had no idea that existed, and then I picked one up, and everybody seemed to really, really enjoy it. I shared it all on IFB, and it's really cool. And I dug up, Bert, not for today, because we're going to do the CYLON Raider, but before you do your segment,
Right.
I'll tell you that I dug up my box, my original 1978 Battlestar Galactica Topps trading card box.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I'm gonna photograph that. I'm gonna put that up and share that fun with everybody. Being that it's so, I was thinking of doing it at Christmas because that's when I got mine. But
The old treasure chest.
yeah,
Nice.
man, that's right, the Galactica box. But I'm looking forward to your segment. So if Tipsy's ready, I think it's go time.
Oops, I am ready, but hang on for a second. I gotta put.
Well,
I
Chris
gotta
Laskowski.
fix Bert. He's off to the left a little bit.
All right,
There
Chris
we go.
Laskowski from Down Under is. I just saw you pop up. Chris Laskowski, thanks for joining us. And there you go, Bert. It's all you.
Super well. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, Fleet, for watching. As always, very much appreciated. Well, welcome to BERTS Battle Briefing. Remember when the line was set, the Galactica is 500 yarns old? That's what Apollo said back in 79 in the very last episode, The Hand of God. And back then, honestly, it almost felt like it was a throwaway line, but it was a kind of detail that I think that lodges itself into your mind. 500 years old, what you talking about? That old? So now imagine if a ship was built in the year 1525, and I'm really proud that I found the picture of the Portuguesa there, which was actually launched in 1525. And imagine this ship was still active in combat today. So we're talking about this was launched before the telescope, before Newton, before steam power, and yet it would still be in active duty. And that makes you wonder, so could a weapon system actually survive that long? What makes a weapon endure? What makes it stay useful or at least relevant long past its time? And that's our theme today, weapons that endure. So let's start with history because real life offers its own long-serving legends. I think that the oldest weapon system humanity ever used is probably the spear. Has been around for tens of thousands of years as a concept. You have a stick with a pointy tip on it, and we've refined it endlessly. We've made the tip out of bronze, of iron, steel, carbon composites. It's still around today. And then, of course, came the sword, and that thing had outlasted many empires, from the Roman gladius to the Japanese katana. It never dies. It's at its core, it's simple, it's efficient, and it's sort of deeply personal. It's a personal weapon. And weapons like that endure because they sort of match the human body and they also match the human story. Similar to the bow, replaced eventually, yes, by firearms, but it's still being used today in hunting, survival, and sport. So some designs just get it right, and they feel right, and it's that feeling that keeps them alive. Of course, endurance is not just about ancient tools. There are modern history examples for machines that just refuse to retire. So let's take a roll call here. It's the 1911, a sidearm design in 1911, carried through 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, beyond. Over a century later, some elite units still carry it today in modified versions. Mostly because its simplicity never really got out of style. It's a really reliable weapon. It does what it did 100 years ago, and it's still good at it. The other one would be the M2 Browning 50 cal machine gun. It has been probably mounted on anything you can mount a gun on tanks, ships, aircraft worldwide. 90 years old, still being used, still relevant. The AK-47, arguably the most produced firearm in the world. Very reliable, rugged, completely unpretentious. Been around since 1947, and probably will be for another 100 years from now or longer. Who knows? The image I found of the World War One soldiers in the trench there, the weapons in front of them, these are Lee Enfield rifles. And by the time this picture was taken, these rifles had already been in service for a quarter century. So they're from the 1890s. They fought through the First World War, the Second, and it still pops up in conflicts today. There might be someone right now, somewhere on the planet, chambering around into this rifle that was built before the Titanic sank. So these are all the personal weapons, but we have examples for a couple of larger systems as well. For example, the B-52 Stratofortress, big bomber, first flight in 1952. It's still flying today. It's still capable of dropping ordnance today. I think if the Galactica is the fictional queen of endurance, I think that the B-52 is probably the closest real world cousin. Old bones, new brains, basically. It's been around for a really long time, still in service. Same was a transport plane, the C-130 Hercules. Same story, from 1956, still flying. If there's I think there's a saying that if there's anywhere a flat stretch of dirt, a Hercules has probably landed on it at some point. So each of these weapons, they survived by doing one thing right. They worked, they still work. And so the question is, why do some systems go obsolete very quickly, and why do they fade and others last? I think the number one point is probably adaptability. If you can refit it, rearm it, rewire it, it stays relevant. And I think this is why the B-52 keeps flying. It gets new engines and it gets new avionics, but it still has the same conceptual airframe. And I think my second point goes hand in hand with that, is simplicity or relative simplicity. Super complex systems that push the technological envelope, sometimes they die when the manuals get lost. They're just too complex to maintain from generation to generation, but simple ones can survive this, and they're around for a couple of military generations. Or they're just so simple, like an AK-47 doesn't mind if you clean it with dirty motor oil. It still works. A third point, I think, is the doctrine. Some weapons outlive their designers because the tactics of warfare do not evolve against them, but they evolve around them. I think the aircraft carrier as a concept is a good example. It's designed before World War II, then came into prominence during the war, but they're still central to global strategies today. And the fourth point is meaning. When the weapons become part of identity, I think it survives even longer. It survives after it's obsolete. Which brings me to, I think, it's the most interesting kind of endurance, heritage. I believe that the Papal Swiss Guard is a perfect example for this. I have a picture of these guys. Thanks, Tipsy. So these guys have been protecting the Vatican since 1506, and they looked like that back then, and they still carry halberds as the primary weapon. Yeah, halberds. They pole arms with X blades and spikes. Nobody really expects them to fend off tanks or drones with them, of course. So that's not the point. But the halberd has become a symbol for this unit of continuity, of loyalty, of sort of an unbroken chain of duty, of protection. So here's where the tradition of it itself becomes kind of a weapon or an armor, if you will. The halberd is no longer a weapon of war. Now it's a weapon of tradition, of memory. And you see the same thing in many ceremonial units all over the world. And I believe when weapons cross this line from being useful to symbolic, that's when they become heritage. So they remind us that endurance isn't just about steel or circuitry. And of course, science fiction loves this idea. Writers keep returning to it, and I'm guilty being one of them, because an ancient weapon still in use much later, it says something powerful about the civilization that created it. In Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon is already ancient by the time we see New Hope. The Falcon endures because she's loved and taken care of, not because she's a perfect ship. Or, of course, out of the same franchise, the iconic lightsaber. It's thousands of years old as a design, basically unchanged. It's a weapon of elegance and tradition, not technologically superior, but it's steep in cultural meaning. Same in Dune, the Fremen's crysknife, blade made from the sandworm's tooth. It still is used in warfare in an age of interstellar travel. And it's not necessarily regression, it's more resistance to the idea that newer is always better. In Star Trek, we find a similar concept, the Betleth, the Klingons warrior heirloom, basically, is as much as a piece of code of honor as it's a blade. And I find this a really fascinating, powerful concept. There's so many examples. Warhammer 40K, I think, takes it to the extreme. There are armies worshiping ancient weapons they no longer understand. They keep them alive through ritual rather than science. And Stargate gave us an interesting angle. Was ancient technology so advanced that it still works perfectly after millions of years? That's really endurance by design. The Expanse, the Rocinante, one of the lead ships in the show, once a Martian gunship, survives as a free ship for hire, being refitted and repaired, but never replaced. So goes through lots of battles, and it just keeps being relevant. In my own writing, I bring in the economics of war. In my Galacticide universe, there are 12 so-called grand slot carriers, which are long-range ships. They were so costly to build that now, after a phase of expansion, they have become too expensive to replace. This is why they're still being maintained and kept around. So a weapon that lives that long, too long, becomes more than a tool. It can actually become part of a story or the story itself. Now, the next slide I created, I have to admit, I slid this in very much last minute, but you can tell because it turned out really beautiful. Of course, joking. But it does illustrate a point I wanted to make. So, what if the age of the Galactica hints at the development speed of future technology? What if technological progress does not always grow exponentially forever? If you look at the parts of the graph, through a large part of human history, we were used to slow, somewhat incremental progress. Innovation existed, but sometimes generations could pass without major breakthroughs. So we see this very linear, well, not, you can't even tell it's a curve. It looks like a line with a slight upward trend. Now, of course, today we live in a phase of rapid progress, and the part of the curve that we're used to looks like an exponential growth indeed. But what if that's not always the case? What if in the future it will turn more into this S curve, where progress will at some point maybe slow down. And I don't know what this boundary could be. Will it be simply the laws of physics? Will it be limitations of our brain and imagination, if there's some conceptual limit? I don't know. But I know once we would close in on this boundary, the curve would plateau. And maybe Galactica was built in such a technological phase where there was just no need to develop her further. If she's really 500 years old, she's a living relic. Her hull basically carries the history of humanity's war in that franchise, migrations, the near extinction. She's heritage and strategy and memory and all the things I mentioned rolled basically into one hull. In the 2004 reboot, I think there are a couple of things the reboot did really well. Others I don't necessarily agree with, but one thing I really liked, how it was shown that the analog old systems, the old bones of the Galactica, become a major advantage because she cannot be hacked by the Cylons, because she's simply too old as a system. And here the obsolescence becomes resilience. I really like that. And it's a bit of an irony of endurance. Sometimes the survival can depend on not keeping up. The most advanced weapons might die when the progress turns against them, but the old ones, the reliable, adaptable, meaningful ones, they endure. But Galactica's 500 years aren't about durability alone. They're also about, well, purpose, I think is the best word. Every time she was refitted and repainted or repaired, she carries forward this new piece of her civilization. And in that way, she's the ultimate halberd, still standing guard over humanity long after her era should have ended. So, what makes a weapon last? Sometimes it's genius design. Sometimes it's adaptability. Sometimes it's just a combination of different things, sheer luck. But the ones that really endure, I think the ones that echo through history and fiction alike, are the ones that mean something to the people who use them, who carry them. They become part of identity, part of heritage. And maybe that's the real lesson behind that throwaway line from 1979. The Galactica is not 500 years old because the colonials couldn't build something newer. Maybe they just didn't have to. The oldest weapons aren't necessarily relics. They're proof that endurance can be a strategy. This was today's BERTS Battle Briefing. Thanks for listening, Fleet. I'm Bert Oliver Böhmer, and Fleet, stay relevant, stay adaptable.
Nice. Well said. Excellent.
Fantastic.
I got to tell you, when you were talking, one thing that popped into my head was the Gurkha regiments that
Yes.
the British, right? They set them up, I think it was like around 1815. They still exist. There's operational, and they have been using not only a ceremonial weapon, an actual tactical weapon that they're trained in and go into combat with, and that's their famous kukri knife that may be traced back to ancient times. There's speculation that could be a link to Alexander the Great and the swords that they had. They were actually curved.
Right.
So they've been around from before 1815, but organized by the British, and so that's over 200 years old. And their knives, the kukri knives, are even older than that. So there's something that has.
The concept for these it's a great example, and I pared down a long list. I think we could keep going once you get started on this. Ultimately the halberd was the one I found that had very solid, documented service life. But I like your idea about the origins of the weapons, almost going back to a semi-mythological age, right? So
Yeah.
things around Alexander usually, it once you start digging, I always feel like there's solid history, but it's usually half the story, and the other
Correct.
half
Yes.
is almost mythological, right?
Yep.
So this is the part of history that is on the edge of what's true, what's not. But a lot of the innovations were certainly brought by Alexander and his armies into that region, and they certainly brought weapons because they came in as an army. So I think it's a great example.
It's so cool. I got to tell you, spent a long time. Lola mentioned that she has spent herself a lot of time thinking of, the age in the books, in the official Galactica books. Their age is everybody
Different.
like Commander Dama. Yeah, it's different, but they're like old. But yeah, when he says, that the Galactica is 500 years old, it's like staggering. It's like, so how old are, like you start thinking like, okay, it's 500 years old, it's been in service, but Commander Dama supposedly, old, like he might be over
Hundreds.
a century or more,
Yeah.
hundreds of years old. So how old is a generation for them? How old is, and it just, I remember even as a young person when I first heard it, Bert,
what is a
I was
yarn?
like, yeah, what is a yarn? So
Yeah, you start doing the math,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it doesn't. But even if like the life expectancy is, let's say, 200 yarns, and
Right.
I've read some examples for that, then 500 is still old, right? That's still a
Yes.
multi-generation ship, and it immediately brings up the question, why is it so old? Could nothing better be built? Was there no reason to build anything better? Or is it just, was it just so dominant that, maybe some technology was lost?
space,
Sometimes
things don't
there is
rust.
regression in technology. So,
right.
yeah,
No, I
it's
think
one of
In
those
space,
lines.
things don't rust.
Yes, but you're right. It's one of those
Good
lines
point.
that
Yeah,
carry,
at least not from the outside.
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe.
that's right. But they carry so much weight. I just, it just stayed with me. I know Professor Patton just said that Adama said that our lifespans are over 200 yards old, Cylons notwithstanding. So Cylons could be even older, right? And then of course,
That's
yes, is a yarn actually 12 months? Is it 365 days? I don't believe it is. Not for them. I mean, they have a different way of time.
Right. Well, if you look at the
you know.
time frames, it would. We're going to get real technical here. If you look at the time frames in the regards to seconds and centons, and if you start looking at centon, which is 100, or if you look at those things, your time frames could fall either direction.
Yeah,
You
they
could
got to.
go-
They can't
yeah.
be the same as ours. Ours,
Right.
we could spend an hour minimum,
Well, once
a
again,
couple of
it's-
hours
it's
talking
fic-
about time.
It's
and
science
the way
fiction.
time
I
is.
mean, we can
Yeah,
make it to whatever we
but
want it
it's
to be.
it's so cool.
it's an interesting thought.
It is, and you touched a chord, Bert. That was the whole point. That's why I brought this up. That's why I want to emphasize it, is that you and your segment always draws out our imagination, our thoughts. It takes us back nostalgia wise to what we picked up on and what we thought, plus all these years of being fans and taking things apart sometimes, and then adding in the qualities that you use, the history, and then putting it together. It is always a great, tremendous pleasure to have you do this segment, and you put time into this, and it shows. But it's really good.
Yeah.
It really, really is good.
Even the
and we really
Cylons use
appreciate it.
bayonets and if you look at the world
Swords.
2004 the swords,
They still
but
have
they
a
also
short
used
sword.
the Halliburton. If you look at the quote unquote 2004 first Cylon War
Right.
painting
Yeah.
for Ron Moore's piece, they got Halliburtons there. They're
Yeah.
actually using spears.
Yeah. So tremendous, Bert, tremendous as usual. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Lots to think about,
all your
Bert.
effort.
Thanks.
Oh man,
These are the kind of things that you can get. You
line,
meet up
by
at
the way-
you meet up at a Comic-Con and you're like, hey, let's go eat lunch, and they'd be like, 4 hours later, you're sitting there at lunchtime talking about, oh, what do you think? Why did they use bayonets? I mean, what, do you think they had, what's the purpose of the bayonet and the sword for the CYLON? Were they actually used? And, that's the kind of, why would they put, those are the kind of things that just, you could
just stay
have
with
fun
us.
talking about all the
Keep us
time.
up at night.
Yeah.
Bert, what's the matter? I didn't sleep last night. Why not? Because I was trying to figure out why the CYLON used bayonets.
Bert, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time and effort. It's always great to hear your segment. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're amazing, sir. Once again.
Very much appreciate it.
Yep.
Absolutely, always. Till
Part
the
of
next
family.
time, sir.
Fans for the fleet.
Cheers, Bert. Thank you again. Wow. Well, with that, we got to let it go. We got to let it go. We have our special guest.
Okay.
We have our special
We
guest.
can.
Yes, we have to. But we could revisit it because it's just excellent. But we have our special guest. So Phil from Topps is back with us. He circles back on a regular basis. He went to New York Comic-Con. He's got some really, really cool images that he's sharing with us tonight. Projects that, he's either directly involved with or that he's overseeing and supervising. And then I know that there is a release list of some upcoming non-sports cards that Topps is putting together that he's going to share.
Hey, Battlestar Galactica is one of them, right?
I wish.
No.
I wish.
What?
I mean, they did it.
They're
They
missing
did it.
this.
In 1978, they released the only set that because back then there was a thing. Topps would do TV shows and movies and stuff. So listen, let's get him on. Let's talk. Let's see how New York Comic-Con went and some of the new hot items that he's involved with as a senior designer for Topps. He's been doing it for years. We all know him. Phil is
Hey, thanks for
a
coming back,
semi-regular.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Drum roll.
So,
I don't think I need a drum roll. I need a drum roll. I got to get that.
Yeah,
I've got applause. Hey, I can do applause. Hang on. Here we
Do
go.
applause.
Do
Do
applause. Here we
applause
go.
for Phil. Come on, get applause. There we go. All right. And I gotta put there. All right, Phil. How are you, man?
Good, man. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me back on.
Excellent. Yeah, of course, man. Hey, you got your official shirt on. You're all
Yeah, I got the shirt on. Yep.
Hey, there you go, man. So you went to Comic-Con.
I did, yes. I was working the booth Thursday, Friday. It was awesome time. Fans were loving what we had for them. The exclusive thing that was being sold was Topps Disney Mint, which is a new product that we had never done before previously. So it was kind of a from the ground up type product. So and fans were loving it. They're very receptive towards it. So it's always good to see that when you have a new product come out that has no previous product, because a lot of the stuff that we release, there's always a previous iteration of it, and people get excited for the next iteration of it. So in this case, this was the first of its kind type of thing. So people were really into it. And the Genie card there was actually the Comic-Con exclusive. I happened to work on that specific one there. And so that Genie card obviously fell at odds in the box for the Comic-Con Disney Mint box, which
Nice.
it's gonna release as a hobby box as well. It's just not yet. I think it comes out November 28th. So this was kind of an incentive for you to visit the Topps booth and check out the cards. And if you like the Disney Mint stuff, we had lines. We had to give out like a wristband system to come line up in the morning, get a wristband, come back later to purchase.
Oh, wow.
Because people were just going nuts for it. So
Oh wow!
It was,
And you were actually there.
I was there. I was working the booth. Yeah. So we had like the way it was set up. We had like the whole thing set up as like as a vault.
Okay.
So the Disney Mint product is kind of like a minted coin or a minted money item sort of vibe. That was the theme of the set. So you went through the vault in little stations, and then you got to the vault door, and you had to enter the code that you got from the previous stations that you were at, and the vault door would open. And then that image there of those like golden mailboxes, that's where I was. So you'd come up and you'd basically pick a number on the wall, and inside was one of 4 different Disney pins. So basically the base card that you guys just saw there before as a pin. So people were into that. So, and it was a cool little, giveaway as well. It was sort of an interactive thing that you could do, and you could learn about Topps. And we had a station where you had to like check for a misprint. So you'd have to on the left side was like a full sheet of cards that were all correct, and on the right side next to it there was 5 different misprints in there. So you had to kind of look and see what was wrong. It was fun. It was a fun little thing for the fans. I think a lot of people enjoyed it, and we had tons of traffic in the booth. So overall, it was a success, and it was cool to see a product that I worked on basically turn into an entire activation for fans at Comic-Con, which is just a cool experience to be a part of. But that was a first for me as well.
That's awesome. That is really cool.
Yes.
It makes a difference when you go to a convention. It's fun to just it's one thing you got the booth, you set up the booth and you're
Right.
there, right, and the rest of your people, your staff are there, but then you kind of make it a little more interactive, and then
Yep.
you can get your stuff. That's what makes it cool. It's not
Yeah.
enough to just you saw like there's statues. Sometimes they have like these gigantic statues, and you walk
Yeah.
around, you're like, okay, that's nice. But when you can actually, and I've seen a lot of conventions where like a lot of brand names, they'll just have examples. And you walk in and you see, and then that's nice, and people take pictures, and wow, that's cool, that's okay, whatever. But when you do like what you just described, that's fun, man. That makes the difference. So I'm glad. Did you guys sell out?
Yes, they had a certain allotment of boxes per each day, and they sold out every day.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
after the first day, I was just curious. I went on eBay, and we were selling the boxes for $150 on eBay. They were reselling for $1,000 or more. I mean, I saw
Holy cow.
one sell for $1,500, a sold
What?
price for $1,500. Yeah, I've never seen a markup like that before. From $150 to $1,500 for the next day. Yeah, it was nuts. So
Wow.
people obviously like Disney cards.
I guess so, man. I guess there's a big market. There should be more. So, wow. That's really, really cool, though, right? So, look, that's a success. That's a real success. Congratulations. You
Thank you.
worked on the project, and that's really cool. Where do you go from here, Phil? What can you tell us now is on the horizon?
So obviously there's going to be way more entertainment stuff coming out.
Okay.
It's this year, 2025 was the first year that the Disney Marvel license fully kicked in for Topps. So it's just going to keep growing from here, and you're going to see more new innovative things like different products and new products. We did one. I didn't work on this one, but we did one that was I don't know if you remember the 1975 Topps Marvel stickers.
Oh yeah,
But,
absolutely.
so-
Yes.
Yeah, so we did this year. We did like a reissue of that, basically, like the sticker itself printed on like a marble background, just to give it more of a high-end feel and look type of thing. But the box that it actually came in, I don't have images of this, but you could probably search it up. But the box that it came in was like graphic novel size, and then you'd open the box, and then inside the packs were basically displayed for you. So it was a cool little packaging type of tech too that the packaging team created. I thought that was a really nice box.
Well,
And also,
I could tell
sorry,
you
go
that
ahead.
I bought those when I was a kid, but it was always a choice, Phil, between do you get that or do you get a candy bar, or do you get like there's always that choice. But I remember getting those, and those were a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I have a Captain America PSA 9 of one of those.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like those cards. But also, I forgot to mention that the Disney Mint product was also a Marvel Mint product. So it actually initially came out as Marvel over the summer at San Diego Comic-Con. So that was its first run. But the second time it came out was with Disney at New York Comic-Con. So both Comic-Cons this year were featuring Marvel product and Disney product. And I think you're going to see more of that with Topps each year. We're going to, try to keep featuring different products and, get fans excited for whatever's coming out in the market that year, really. So I think the reason why they wanted to feature Marvel over the summer is obviously because of Fantastic Four. So
Right.
we had like an exclusive Doom card that I made that went along with that box as well. So
Oh wow.
That was so the San Diego Topps exclusive card was Doom, and then for New York Comic Con, it was that Genie card that we saw before.
Did you
So we're
autograph any
trying
of them?
to. No, I didn't.
Nah.
No designer autographs. There is like a Tom Hanks autograph in the Disney Mint.
Oh wow.
There's a Tom Hanks Woody, Disney Mint autograph.
Ooh.
There's also autographs in the box.
You should consider
Among
doing
other
the
special
designers too, man.
Yeah,
You guys
maybe
get it. Yeah, come on.
maybe one day.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
gotta pitch it.
Yeah, you pitch it as an exclusive for the con as a promo. Like you're the
Right.
designer, like if you're there and maybe you
Sure.
get one of the artists and if you've actually worked on the card itself, it'd be kind of cool to, I mean, as a collector, I would love that.
Yeah.
It not necessarily some people. So Phil, what I've heard from a lot of collectors recently is that autographing the card may not be a choice that you should make first, like right off the bat, that you should have it slabbed and then you would then sign the slab instead of signing the card. But
Oh.
I don't care if I get to meet the actual person like you. If I had your card, the one you designed, I'd have you autograph the card. I don't care.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I never thought of it that way. Like if you sign a slab, but yeah, that makes sense. Because then you would probably get a better grade, obviously, if it wasn't markered first. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but hey, I mean, you could always have like, I mean, if you had flyers or any kind of materials that you were giving away, and then you guys were there, just like everybody else does when they're doing
Right.
their graphic novels and stuff. It'd be really cool. Don't sell yourself short, Phil.
Yeah.
It's really cool that you're a designer. You're the real deal. You do these things. You make them happen. You're one of the creators behind the final product. So
Right.
I think that's really cool, and we like that you take the time out to come. You included a list in one of the slides that you sent us, one of the pictures, and it was a list. Can you tell us all about this, man?
Yeah. So just a couple things to highlight on that list. A lot of that is out currently, but one of the things that's on there is that I didn't talk about yet is the Topps Chrome Dune box. So we've released it. I didn't work on that, but we've released the Topps Chrome Dune product, and right now it's available still on Fanatics.com. If you just type in Topps Chrome Dune on there, you'll see it pop up, and I believe it ships on the 28th. So still available if you're interested in some Dune cards. And SpongeBob recently came out, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but the triple autograph of SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward sold for the one of one. I should say the one of that card sold for $21,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, and non-sports cards have taken on a life of its own, taken on a life of their own now, for sure.
Absolutely. I'll tell you that one of your competitors, Phil, I don't off the top of my head, I don't remember who came out, who's publishing it, but Scooby-Doo. They just released a new Scooby-Doo set, and it's, from what I understand, it's basically sold out. They were pre-orders.
That's interesting.
The box is like, I don't know, it's like $150 plus, just right out of the the race, and it's like, it's kind of pricey. It's kind of pricey.
Yeah.
The packs are pricey, but the collectors are buying them. They have some pretty decent inserts, but these are things that maybe like. It's not only the Disney stuff is obviously Disney, Marvel. Obviously, you got to go where the bank is, but there's other considerations too, man. I mean, you're doing SpongeBob. There's other
Battlestar
stuff.
Galactica. I'm sorry.
I'd love to do some Warner Brothers. Obviously, like I think Scooby-Doo might be Warner Brothers, right? So
Yeah.
DC, all that sort of thing is. I would love to do that, but it's it's just a matter of licensing if Topps can grab it or not. But we'll see. Maybe down the line they can. I would love to work on that.
Yeah, man. There's some cool stuff, but hey, Dune. Those are the Dune
Yeah,
cards, man.
they're nice. They're nice cards.
Ah,
Yeah. Figured I'd put that up for Baz. Baz a big Dune
Yeah.
fan.
So those are still available on fanatics.com if anybody's interested. They're still there. So
Wow, those are pretty
I
cool.
believe-
Those are cool. Yeah, and they have autograph cards too, which is really nice. Like that. Very cool. So, Phil, what can you give us any scoops, man? Is there anything that you can kind of hint at that's going on, that's on the horizon?
well, I mean, if you can, as you can see, obviously we're doing Marvel, so that'll lead us into other Marvel things. Just to give you a hint, of course.
Cool.
And
Cool.
so when that comes out, I can come back on and show you
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So-
There you go. We got the hints at the scoop is exactly what we're asking for, and you fulfilled the wish, Phil. Thank you so much, man. So yeah, when do you have a window? Do you have an idea when that might be that we can get you on and get us some props too, man? You gotta show off those cards like you did that last time.
I have some cards here actually from that list we can go through.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah. So, like I said, was saying before, there's most of that list is released, so I can go through some of the base cards.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
We know you have
this
some
is,
there that's not released yet, but you feel free to show those as well.
So we have here is
Ooh.
reflections bad, but let me see if I can. This is
that's
2024.
Daredevil.
I'm sorry, 2025 Marvel Chrome base.
Ooh.
So with this base card, they kind of went back to sort of a vintage, playing off the '90s cards type of thing, type of feel, with that yellow banner there.
Ooh.
If you
that's
remember,
cool.
like some of those '90s, Marvel cards were pretty similar to this. Kind of simple, just let the character art, do the job type of thing. So these came out nice and sharp. The back there.
Oh yeah.
What would look really good in the chrome would be a CYLON. Sorry.
Oh, boy. One track mind.
Yeah,
Phil. Don't mind that. That's
Listen, if I was a part of licensing, I'd see if I can get Battlestar Galactica, but I just make the stuff. Then this is Disney Chrome 2025 base card.
Cool.
So we have Anxiety here from
cool.
forgot the name of the movie.
Inside
Out. Inside Out,
yep,
right?
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
Pixar.
nice one.
And then of course here's SpongeBob base card.
There you go. Bam. Oh, cool.
So with these, which was interesting, is that each base card is kind of like a different scene from the show, and then on the back it kind of describes the scene.
Nice. Okay.
Those are really nice cards. I mean, they're shiny.
Yeah, these are
cool.
nicely made. So if you remember like old '80s and '70s movie cards, they would always show you like the scene, and then they type out like what was this. So this is the same type of concept.
Yeah,
kind of just
cool.
Yeah,
describing
just like
the scene.
Battlestar Galactica would.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, did I say the battles? I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I'm gonna mute you.
Yeah.
But remember, Phil, not for nothing, Topps is the one that had the license for that 1978 set.
I know.
So it's in
I know.
your wheelhouse. It's in your history.
It is. It is. It would just need like a movie again for them to consider it, basically.
Yeah. You're right.
Like the
Right.
Stranded
Basically
Warrior.
all of it
Oh,
is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Cool.
I got one more for you.
Yeah.
This is
Ooh.
Star Wars.
Boy.
2025 Star Wars
I think
Chrome.
I just
This is a
felt
nice card.
Chris Fian faint.
Yes,
Yeah.
Christian, I think he fainted. That's right, he did. Yep.
These are nice and sharp. These cards, I like these a lot. This base
Oh wow, yeah,
design.
that is cool. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
those are nice. This got an Obi-Wan here too.
Uh-oh. Oh,
background's
wow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
classic. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's some of the stuff from that list that's been released, and then of course we got the Dune coming out, and
That looks cool, yeah.
Yeah, Dune looks
tons of
cool.
more Disney and Marvel down the road. So it's a lot of good stuff.
Perfect. All lined up, waiting for you to come right back to us, Phil.
Yeah.
We love you. We love you
Yes.
coming on. We appreciate it. it's a way to, get somebody that's behind the scenes. You're not
In the biz.
yeah, you're in the biz, but you're in charge, and you're a fan too, and we love that.
Yeah,
And
of course.
we appreciate you coming on, man. And hopefully we'll catch up to you at a future con. We weren't able to. I know that John won. I know that he was at the con. I think he stopped by.
I didn't see him, but I think he stopped by the
Yeah.
Topps booth. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I was
So
kind of inside, so it was hard to maneuver, get your way in. You'd have to.
next time
Yeah.
we're gonna come knock on
Yeah.
the side, man. Hey, Phil,
Yeah.
where's Phil? We want
Yeah.
Phil.
Yo, Phil told me to come this way, and he said to give me all the stuff.
Yeah, get him in trouble. Phil, thanks so much for coming on, man. We love when you come in. We appreciate your time. And of course, we're big fans of Topps going back all the way to the 70s when we were growing up.
Especially
we have
Battlestar Galactica. I'm sorry,
yes,
did I say it again?
especially, yes. But keep
How
up the
about
great
V
work, Phil.
or
And
Logan's
yeah,
Run?
V. They. I don't know. Did Topps have V? We'd have to look that up.
I
You
think
should know.
they did
I'm not
Logan's
sure.
Then Logan's
know
Run never
that.
had a card set. But anyways,
No, Logan's Run never had a card,
No.
but that would be cool to do like a smash.
Rollerball.
But this got to be rollerball.
Rollerball.
There's a lot of cool stuff that you could do. Maybe not one run, but
just
but
do
then
like
again, and you have all the license.
movie run. Like a 1970s.
Yeah, movie run, a
Right.
classic.
19 classic,
Yeah.
the classic sci-fi movie run or TV run.
Yeah,
That's it.
Depends on
That's
something
it.
there for sure.
So
Well,
you've got it
Phil,
in, right?
thank
Just
you
hang on.
very
I'll
much.
how much money do we have to send you to get this to go?
Yeah.
What
One
this
more
like?
thing. One more
ahead.
thing. If you guys are down for it, I was thinking maybe next time I come on, we could do a little card giveaway for the
Ooh.
fleet.
Yeah, absolutely,
Wow.
man. Of course. There
You
you
figure
go,
out
guys.
the parameters, and then
IFB,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We can make
Perfect.
that happen.
Yeah, we'd love to do that. We can
Yeah,
make that
so we-
happen. Absolutely.
The family
So
would
we'll
love
talk. Yes. We can set something up. You tell us how you want to kind of work it, how many pieces you
Sure.
have, and we'll do like it could be a trivia thing or whatever you think, and then we appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you very much,
Yeah.
Phil. You are a
course.
gentleman, man. So here's to you.
that. Here's you, sir.
And keep
Cheers,
up the
I don't have
great
anything,
work,
but-
man.
That's fine.
We
I see it. It's
we-
it's vodka. It's just invisible.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Eat your
All right,
virtual
Bill.
cookies with that too, as well.
Yeah.
Here's to you and Topps. So be well, stay well, and we'll see you
Cheers,
soon.
guys. Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Take care. Thank you.
Thanks. Good.
That is so cool, man. Phil comes on and it's like bam, 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 home run, one after the other, telling us all this cool stuff. I love it. And then he was at New York Comic Con too. The one time we couldn't get there and he was there.
Yeah,
But,
no kidding. I mean,
yeah,
we've gone
John
to it
was
like
there.
a number of years in a row, but
Yeah, John had sent me a picture of one of the cards he'd gotten. So
he
was,
got one?
He was happy. Yeah, he got a SpongeBob card, and he was so proud of it. He sent me a picture. He's like, "Look, I got this, and it's valuable now." I know he was all happy about it. It was
can't
cool,
get over
man.
how much the SpongeBob. That's wow. I mean that.
Yeah.
The
Isn't
cost.
that something?
That's like what
Yeah.
was that? 1,000%? 100,
Yeah, right. You
150
think?
to 15 or 1,500. That's
Yeah, it's no joke.
yeah.
Really.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I'm glad that there was a time not too long ago where everybody was worried about the collectible cards. People were like, nah, even the
It's gonna
baseball
go.
cards.
It's
People
not
were
gonna
like
work,
kind of
yeah.
worried, but it's alive and it's doing well, and we're really happy because I happen to be a big I'm a non-sports card collector, and I really enjoy this stuff, and so I am happy that that this is what that we're able to do this, and that the collectors are still getting stuff, and appreciate Phil taking the time out, man.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. It's like we got somebody from Topps, like it's the real deal, man. And he's like,
Right.
it's like
that's
what
the
the heck? Yeah.
non-sports. We need to create a new segment for that.
We're gonna give him
think about that.
an official segment. We're gonna do it. So that's fun, man.
The quarterly Topps.
Yes,
Yeah,
report. Right? We'll come
Sounds
up.
like a good
We'll
idea.
get him for sure. And we had great pictures, and like the setup,
Mm-hmm.
it was cool. The New York Comic Con setup and stuff. So that was nice. Yeah. And then and the other thing that I like is that Phil brings samples, right? He's got the samples, and he was able to show off the pieces, which is awesome too. So that's great, man.
Yeah.
Really cool. Appreciate that he does that. Thank you very much to Phil, and of course to his company, Topps, that he works for. Thank you guys, and thanks to the fans and
possible
stuff.
giveaways later on. So
yeah,
stay
imagine
tuned.
that. We're gonna have official Topps giveaways. How about that? On IFB, Interfleet Broadcasting. And by the way, guys, Baz, if you're on, or if you're catching this later, I know that you popped on. Thank you for dropping in, Baz. If you guys are into, a 1-to-1 scale Mark II Viper that is now making the rounds at conventions down under, you can thank Baz for doing that. He worked years to put that together. Stop in Baz Builds and check that out. He's also a master knife maker, right? So he makes handcrafted knives and swords and blacksmiths.
Blades by Baz,
Blades by Baz. So make sure that you stop in and check that out. I know Mediocre Bottler is on. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you guys, if you have
reach out to
time.
Mediocre, because I need something new made. Anyways.
Oh, well, yeah, he's the man for it. So make sure that you guys stop in and check out all the great things that he's doing. He's working on. Last I checked was the Fifth Element. He was working on some props from.
Yeah, the monoliths.
Yeah. So that's way cool, and man, just a lot of fun. And as a matter of fact, let's bring on Doc McAuley, and we're gonna do the unboxing, because Doc has a bunch of cool stuff to talk about. We have a whole bunch of things to go back and forth with, but let's get him on so we can do the unboxing while Doc McAuley is overseeing our process of unboxing our new our new Christmas ornaments, right? Yes. New Christmas ornaments. So the CYLON Raider will make its debut, right? The 2025. Doc McAuley, welcome back to IFB. Doing great. How are you?
I'm shite, but I'm getting better.
Are you driving NASCARs? Are you doing any racing in your spare time?
No, I'm not. Who's feeding you that pile of shite?
Funny thing is, you said spare time. What does that mean? What is it? Pete's the only one out of the three of us. Pete's the only one that has spare time.
Spare time. So, no, I have no spare time. I'm
okay. So you're
Pete
not
gets up in the morning like,
car tires or anything like that.
That was Monday, right? To be fair, what he's going on about is that I happen to help my boss out, who runs a rally company as well. I happen to help him out, sorting out. I was doing a real job for once. So I was lifting stuff from the trailers. If you think of that big fuck off trailer they had in Knight Rider, where they go up and then there's a nice looking girl who does all the mechanicking and stuff like that.
Oh, what was her name? Changed in season 2, I think.
Yeah, it changed in season 2. Yeah. Rebecca Holden was the actress's name, right?
Yeah,
so she was like, Michael was always wanting to date, and she was saying, sling your hook. No, I'd rather spend time. I'd rather spend time with
sexy kid, yeah.
Yeah, sexy gay car. I'd rather spend that. So, she was polishing and waxing the car, and Michael was looking for a wee wax himself for the chest. Not happening, boys. But
and that's what you were doing. That's what you were doing.
I wasn't doing it. Could you imagine? I mean, have I ever waxed my shit? Probably not.
That's information that I don't want to know.
I figured you were one of those, actual powerlifter guys, so maybe.
No. I once had somebody wax my backside because they needed practice for their beauty school.
Oh, no.
Wow.
And she told me, she was like, we have to do this. This is part of our training. I think she was bullshitting me. I think she was just wanting to cause me pain.
Yeah, she wanted to hear you scream.
But yeah, it was like when in Star Trek, Riker says smooth like an android's bottom. Well, that sort of was. It was sort of like it was quite smooth,
Ay, that must have hurt. But I'll tell you,
Bonnie was the first mechanic.
That's right. Yes.
Yep.
We have CYLON Raiders that made their way to our homes, Doc McAuley.
Great.
And we're gonna unbox these ornaments.
Pete's got
And
the smaller box.
let me just preface it by saying this. A lot of the fans, Doc, have been saying for the longest, we're not getting enough Battlestar collectibles. Where's our Battlestar
I'm really shocked
stuff?
that they came out with this. Is
Well,
the
they
second
came
year in
out.
a row.
Yes. And if this ornament does well enough, there will be a Viper for next year. And remember, we're competing
It
against
should be like a base star.
Look, we're competing against Star Wars and Star Trek and Harry Potter and all the other,
Do you know who you're really competing against in my house? Snoopy.
Snoopy.
My wife loves
I love
Snoopy
Snoopy.
ornaments.
Huh.
I thought you were going to
Snoopy
say Doctor Who, but all right, look, I'm opening
No.
mine. So here we go.
Can I open yours?
I'm going to open mine up.
I gotta
Go.
find. I don't have anything sharp. They don't let me have sharp
Use
objects.
your talons. Here we go. I'm going to open it up. Boom. Boom. Let's see.
I'm always fascinated to see how much packaging's in these things. Look at that.
There it is. It's beautiful. Oh, wait a minute. There is a lot of packaging in mine.
Okay, that's empty. And
Right.
now, there it is.
Right. Okay.
Looks like a beehive.
Ta-da! What? What?
That looks very nice. Yeah.
There it
Looks
is.
great.
Ooh, Battlestar Galactica, CYLON Raider. I heard some critique. There was someone that critiqued it.
I got my Raider right here. Oh, this is the Galactica. Sorry, this is all that's left.
I don't know. What are you playing with that? Why don't you just get the thing open, man? Come
Stop
on.
playing with yourself, Tipsy.
Yeah.
Stop
Let's
playing with
go.
yourself. Come on.
And
Hang on, ready?
the
Ready?
reveal. Everybody ready? Don't
Ha! Double attack.
No. If you really wanted to impress, you should have had 3 of them.
That's right.
2 of them. Two. Yeah, they got 3. Now you got to get another one.
Are
So-
these reasonably priced for the person that's interested in these? Are they
I think
reasonable?
they're. Was it $20 a piece? Roughly 20.
No, they're like $30 each. I think.
No.
Right.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly.
Okay.
They are.
I know some of
doesn't
you
have that
already
one.
have yours. You've already
Yeah.
gotten yours. But this just came in a couple days ago. I left
Oh,
it
that's very nice.
in. All right, so there we go.
Hang on,
Does
Pete.
it-
Let me full screen you there, Pete. Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does it light up, Pete? Does it light up?
No, it doesn't, and that's the biggest complaint, that they did not light this up, and I agree. I mean, the model
That
the
would have
detail-
worked. That would have been better.
Oh yeah. You know, let me tell you something. They could have easily lit up the cockpit. That
Yeah.
would have been really cool. Or
Wow.
I mean,
I'm
the
really
cheap
impressed
thing would have
with
been
the-
just the back, but the detail
Yeah.
is really cool.
Wow.
Detailing is cool on this. I
Yeah.
really like it. And look, we're not going to be two-faced about it. We have to support, right? We want more of these little things like this.
That's
we have to support.
amazing,
We have to
actually.
get. So I got mine. It'll go on to I have a Christmas tree, and so this will be on the Christmas tree. You know, starting this year, moving forward.
Notice that
with
even
my-
they painted in the front lights.
It should have put lights on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it should have had. It should
Look
have.
at that.
you
That's
know,
it's waggling.
Yeah, it is. There's the Pentagon, right, that goes on it, the sides there. The little, there it goes. Boom. That's that.
some nice detail on that.
It is. It looks like it's kind of like a green. Let me see if I get that. You guys can tell it's
grayish,
sort of a
darkish
greenish,
gray, yeah.
grayish. Yeah. The stripes, they're usually not black. On pictures, models, and things, it's usually not black. But I think it looks really cool.
That looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Show the back end is really cool. It's a
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
color.
Yeah, it's really cool. So
there we go.
There you go. It is. It's really cool. It's nice. It's a nice look in the bottom of it too. Most people, unless you built the model, you don't.
It's got a
never
good
really
weight
look
to it.
model.
I mean, it's not like
It's really
not
nice.
metal,
it's kind of on
but
the
it's.
light side, but yeah, it's cool.
I
It's cool
foresee
enough.
these the little the
So
cannons on the sides. I foresee those being broken off.
Broken off. Yeah, they're really. You
Down,
can see
down,
that, guys.
down.
I want to try to show. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the
That's a
yeah
hook.
the laser cannons. They're kind of yeah. They're kind of, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I got it, guys.
I'm
For
glad
those
I
of
got
you that
two
can,
because that's what
yeah,
really matters.
if you can get one, they're selling very, very well, and that's promising for the franchise. We, let's face it, we're big Battlestar Galactica 1978 fans.
Yeah, back in the
So,
day, though, I mean, these are.
Let's
This is
make
not
sure we
just.
support.
Yeah, this is not just. This is not just a one-off. I mean, they finally came back. Granted, last year the Battlestar is, which I've got back over
Battlestar is
there,
cool.
right,
Yeah.
There actually.
Yeah. So for
right-
those of you that can
right
afford,
there.
if you can afford it, here's a really cool, nice collectible that makes a statement. If Hallmark sells enough of them, they're gonna make us the next one.
Yeah.
And left
But I
side
think,
Cylon symbol.
but they did the Cylons back in
it's
the
on
day for New York Comic Con, or not San Diego
Yes.
Comic Con, the gold
San
one,
Diego.
the gold one, the San Diego Comic Con, and they did do a silver one, which was just the normal.
Yeah,
It
normal
wasn't a Comic Con
Centurion.
special; it was a normal one. So
Yeah.
it's it's not unlike Hallmark to actually make keepsake ornaments for Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
It's just been a while.
It's been a while.
So
But
I'm glad they
all
came
right,
back
cool.
this year, last year, and then
Absolutely.
now this year. Fingers
Absolutely.
crossed. Next year they'll give us the
They give us
base
the
star,
Viper.
like I said, the base star.
Yeah.
who wants a
The Viper. But anyway, moving on, Mr. Tipsy. So Doc,
wants a Viper?
you have announcements. You have some really cool things that we need to touch upon. So
Did you
it's
send
time.
me? I don't have
But
anything, right?
we have a link. We have a link
Oh
to
crap. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So you
have
better
a link.
talk for a second so I can find the link.
Okay.
Right, so
Did
are
you
we
send
doing
me
the
the
video
link?
game review?
Who sent
Well,
me the link?
we definitely want to do the
What are we doing first?
All right.
we're
I gotta
gonna
find the
do-
link. That's what we gotta do first.
I sent it. It's instant message to you.
Oh well,
So
there's the problem.
there's the problem.
Yeah.
Listen, that can be overcome. It doesn't matter that we're on live. We've been doing this long enough. Doc McAuley,
Yeah.
you're
So
working
tap
on
dance.
you're working on multiple projects, and you have some announcements beside the game. We're going to get into that as well. But there's some things that you're going to announce tonight, and now's the time.
Right, which one are we doing? Because there's a
Right.
few.
You could go ahead, start from the top.
Right, well, we could start with the Dracula audio.
There you go.
So we've got a Dracula audio series that I've written, that XG3 are producing, and Crystal Lake. They're a very well-known horror publisher.
Yep.
They've been about now for about 30-something years now, almost as long as I've been born, and
Yes.
they've signed up for the audio, and next week we're going to play you an exclusive audio that Diana Durango has recorded for us, and it's good. Now I'm going to warn you all. This audio is an erotic horror. Yes, this is this is going to be the romantic Dracula, and Diana plays Lucy Westenra in it.
Yes.
So it's we won't play any explicit stuff next week. That's a less explicit version, but our audio drama that's coming out with Crystal is full on. It's fairly spicy. It's been
Yes.
it's been considered
Spicy.
it's been considered a Victorian Gothic bodice ripper. by some-
Okay.
Oh,
some
Is that what
people.
they
that's
call
an
it?
interesting. I
Now,
like that.
but let's it's in a particular famous monster.
Well, I said
world.
it's Dracula, right?
It's yes, it's in that. Yeah.
It's Dracula.
Yeah.
So it's a bit separate from the Stokerverse because we don't do a whole lot of sexy in Stokerverse. We kind of
Right.
keep it close to
Right,
to
so that's a different-
Bram's. Yeah, we keep the Stokerverse close to Bram's vision, which was not sexy Dracula at all.
Right, not a sexy
But
guy. And
this
is
is LGBT friendly.
Right.
So like
which means it's universal. It means it's
it means
universal and encompasses all.
It means everybody's
it's-
having sex with everybody. Everybody's getting a touch.
It is
But
it's
Don't touch too much.
Oh well, don't tell that to his characters because they're all over the place.
They go, and to be fair, it's an interesting way to explore because Dracula's always been that sort of. There's been an erotic encoding
Yes,
from
there is.
from Hollywood, right? So
Yes.
they realized Universal realized that they had to get people into the cinemas. So that's why they changed Dracula and put, Bela Lugosi in there as a quite sophisticated, handsome, seductive count.
Right.
And and then if you look at Coppola's version's very sexually explicit.
Right.
You've got Mina having sex with Dracula in wolf form in the cemetery, and it's
Right.
very, very explicit. Francis Ford Coppola actually told me that they filmed an even more explicit version, and that was it, cut down. He really went there with the eroticism. So it's some critics have read the script or like the script, they're going to love it whenever Diana plays the character.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're moving into a series. It's going to be a series of 6 audio dramas featuring various characters from the Dracula universe.
Very cool. So that's happening, and then right after that, then what would be the next project announcement?
I don't know what we do next.
Well,
we've got the video game.
Okay,
so
let's do the video game.
I've been given a release code by the folks that created Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. So Vampire the Masquerade is quite a famous game franchise, book franchise. It was actually a TV series in the 1990s as well. Yeah, it was. So this is the latest video game that's come out from it, and we've got the trailer to show.
Stand by.
Cool.
Give me a second. Gotta do this, and I gotta do that. And stand by and launching.
You've been buried for a long time. While you rotted, I built this city, brick by brick, bone by bone. Every deal, every betrayal, every drop of blood spilled here was by my choice. And now you crawl out into my world, unshackled, unwelcome.
The pleasure is all mine.
Not all of it, I assure you. Will you be an asset to Seattle? Or the spark that burns it all down again? Everyone is watching. Can't you sense it? Waiting for you to show your true intent. What will you do to my city, nomad? And what shall I do to you?
So I played a couple of hours of this, and
Okay.
it's really interesting. So you wake up as this kind of like ancient vampire in a warehouse in modern day Seattle, and it starts to become a detective noir. You can sort of see that whole noirish character in the background there. You can craft your character. It's not as extensive an RPG experience as the previous one that came out 15 years ago. Like 15, probably more actually, maybe 20 years ago. And this is its sort of hotly awaited sequel. It's a lot of fun. It's more action oriented, as you can see from the trailer. And it's got lots of atmosphere. The graphics are great. And it's a 30-hour game, so it's not too short, it's not too long. It's something that you could probably complete, in a weekend or a week or so. But the storyline so far is very engaging. I give it a massive thumbs up. This is actually one of the companies that are in talks with me about creating a video game in another franchise of mine. So I've been very impressed with this game. Another game that they've done is something called Still Wakes the Deep, which is a horror game that came out last year, critically acclaimed, and it's more Lovecraftian, and it's set in a Scottish oil refinery. It's a bit like Still Wakes the Deep is a bit like The Thing meets Lovecraft. So there's people transforming into horrible creatures and all sorts of stuff like that. It's genuinely quite scary, and it's a fantastic experience. So as we lead up to Halloween, these are two sort of horror games maybe to look out for.
Cool. Very cool. And you have there's new releases that have come out since we last spoke. There is Doctor Who stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's a book I was involved with. It's done very well. It's in Barnes and Noble, and it's about 100 Doctor Who fans and how they get involved with the show, what they love about the show, all that sort of stuff. Some people like me that talk about what it's like to love the show and then get involved with the show directly. It's a fantastic book. There's also merchandise for the book as well, so you can get hoodies, all that kind of stuff, featuring the Fourth Doctor's fantastic scarf. I'm also in the latest Celestial Toy Room magazine, which is the official Doctor Who fan club magazine. And the Dalek book is on its way. I keep saying this every time I come on, but the Dalek book's on its way. It's on its way. It's on its way. I promise. So there'll be it's done very well, critically, with the advanced copies. I was on BBC Radio last week talking about it, and they were very complimentary. I'm on NBC tomorrow talking about books and my books and games and things like that.
NBC TV or
NBC Radio?
Radio
tomorrow. So that's always fun. I think that's about the 6th time I've been on. So it's always good. They always get good guests on for October. They've had like Stephen King and Richard Chesmar and stuff like that, and then
Dr. McAuley.
They have me. It's like last week we had Stephen King. Now we've got this guy.
But have you had Dr. McAuley? That's the important part.
But it's nice because they do this whole thing where maybe they have 8 guests in the month, and then they do they put it out publicly. Where you rank. It's nice for some of us, but not nice for other people. So I've been consistently one of like the top 3 guests, or the top. I think it was the top guest in October last year. So they mustn't have had anybody of any note on that. I can't remember. I can't even remember what the hell I was talking about last year. Anyway, that was last year.
That was.
It was a year ago. You can't blame you can't blame yourself for that one.
Can't remember that at all. But I know what I'm talking about tomorrow, which is going to be Shadows of the Stokerverse. The Stokerverse video game. So, we just recently showed off the cover for it. It's coming next month. And I'll be talking a little bit about our Dracula audio that we've created. They're very interested in this. They've listened to the audio that all you guys are going to be listening to next week on our IFB Halloween special. I also co-own a comic book company now, I suppose. I haven't talked about that. Deadeye Comics. And it's got its first debut comic, Pale Moon Grim, which is a supernatural western. It's coming out in the next 2-3 weeks. And next week, we've got a massive Halloween show. So the creator of Resident Alien, Peter Hogan, is coming on. And then we're going to have our audio drama. And Diana's kindly agreed to appear and answer any questions you guys have. And remember, Diana also was the star of the Stranded Warrior film, so you can ask her lots of questions about that too. And then we're going to have my partners from Deadeye Comics. They're going to come on and talk a little bit about Pale Moon Grim. And then we're going to do our favourite horror films throughout next week. We're going to do our favourite horror films from the 70s, 80s and 90s, because everything after the 90s is crap. We all agree on that. So we're just going to keep it to the 70s, 80s and 90s, and we're going to encourage everybody watching to give us their favourite and most obscure, some stuff that we won't be talking about. That'll be quite cool. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about Shadows of the Stokerverse, and we might have Shane on. I don't know if Shane's here at the minute, but we might have Shane on
It
next
was
week
on
as well
earlier.
to talk
Yeah.
about it. And yeah, just going to be a packed show. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. I think that's most of
Yeah,
what we're doing, right?
that is.
It's all
That's
there,
exactly
and
it.
it's going
Uh,
to be fun.
It is. It's gonna a great Halloween show. So thank you for bringing that up. In the meantime, I did want to mention that this weekend, today is Thursday for us, since we broadcast live. It's Thursday, and this weekend, we will be at the Long Island Film Festival in New York, and we have the debut live screening of the Tower Protocol Resurrection official trailer. It is in competition. It's down to the best three trailers that were handpicked for the live screening. And so that'll be this Saturday. We will be attending. Myself and John One will be there, and we'll get to see it on a big screen. And hopefully, who knows? Maybe it'll come out on top. I don't know. We'll keep you posted. But at the very least, we went through the selection process, the judging process. We're being live screened, and then Sunday we will be told what the results are. So that's really, really cool. And that's for the Tower Protocol. And then Las Vegas, November 13, Doc. There we are going. I'm attending Shockfest Film Festival, and for those of you that are that have some time, tomorrow in the evening, Shockfest goes live 7 p.m. Eastern time on social media, and we've been selected. Our the trailer is also selected, and then I will be traveling to Vegas for the presentations and the like. So that's coming up in November. Houston Fan Film. Speaking of our other project, Doc McAuley, is The Stranded Warrior.
Yeah.
We were live screened at the Houston Fan Film Festival just last week, and we're waiting on word where we actually ended up. So hopefully we'll get some more good news. But congratulations to everybody that's been involved in both products. You're, of course, executive producer. We've won a nice amount of accolades and awards, 20 so far for The Stranded Warrior in various film festivals, and 11 for the Tower Protocol. So congratulations to you. Yes. And to the fans. And to everybody that worked on it, cast and crew from top to bottom, thank you, everybody. We appreciate everything you've done. So, Doc, I just wanted to thank you as well for participating and supporting and doing everything that you do for
listen, it's a pleasure. It's great, and it's great to see our actors winning awards as well. And our VFX team and everybody's kind of winning awards in these films at the minute, which is good to see.
It is, because look, the bottom line is that it's when you send your baby out, you don't know what's going to happen. There was a small window where we were getting a little worried. We didn't know what was going to happen, right? So you send it out to individuals that, for The Stranded Warrior, don't know anything about Battlestar Galactica. It gets screened. There's screeners that watch it from all the different submissions. We've heard some crazy numbers. Some of these festivals get several hundreds, if not thousands, of submissions. So screeners will pick out what they think is good enough for then a judge, another committee to actually look at. And then once you get past that, that's when you get the word that you've been selected. So not only have we done that, we've actually won some of these festivals.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. It means we've done something right. And
it's great that we've spread the Battlestar Galactica lore.
Absolutely.
To multiple countries and multiple people.
Absolutely. So next week, Doc, is a big IFB night. You're going to come back and join us.
I'll be there.
Your buddies.
I'll bring
in your free time that Pete has so much of, evidently, and we do not. So,
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I just
oh,
fill it
no,
up with all
it's-
the other stuff that I do. All the
Well,
other things.
I'll tell you right now, next December, I will have free time.
Free time.
Well, the nice thing is tomorrow after my NBC interview and stuff like that, I'm going for a couple of pints and then I'm winding down for the weekend.
Perfect.
I'm not Saturdays. Saturdays are days for me to do very, very little.
Good. Well deserved.
So I do that. So I
think
always
Saturdays,
encourage people to do
Yeah, Sundays are my day.
Sundays,
Here,
yeah.
I write.
Good.
On Sundays.
Yeah.
Good. Absolutely. Well deserved. And thank you for taking the time out to jump on. I know that you had a long day, but thank you. I think we had a lot of fun. Thank you everybody that watches us in later on in syndication or in rerun. Thanks to all you guys that jumped on and watching us live. We appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so Tipsy, this is it. That's
it. So you are so sorry. Thank you so much for everybody from being here. Don't forget we are here every it's my glass. Every Thursday at 8:00 Eastern. That's I'm gonna call that base star time. 8:00 base star time. And don't forget to join us. Don't forget the like buttons. Don't forget to follow us. Check out all of the cool stuff. Check out the Stranded Warrior. Check out the Tower Protocol. And then, don't forget, if you've got a dream out there, if you've got a something that you want to write, put it out there. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Create something and put it out. So anyways, we really appreciate you being here, and I'm stuttering so I can change the scenes because I'm falling behind. But anyways, thanks for being here. We will see you next week because you are our family, and because fans feel the fleet.
Fans feel the fleet. Here's to you guys. Thanks, Doc.